Football fans locked in, locked on with your boy Deji Spurs. And some of you have noticed one thing, my voice is back. Yes, it's back. I spent literally a week singing It's the End of the Road to Plymouth Argyle. And also, I was singing Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time. You can run, you can hide if you don't like it. Time after time. Plymouth Argyle still haven't got a win. And that was the dustiest performance. Literally 3-0 up and allowing Feyenoord, Slot's old team, to come back locked in, locked on. So big up everyone locked in, locked on. The Hitman, yes, my prediction, I'm going to be doing a preview later on this evening about 8:15 with a Fulham fan. I don't know is the honest answer. I'm hoping by the time we get locked in, locked on, I will have an answer. But it's good to see everyone. Sorry you haven't seen me. I was enjoying myself. And then next week, as a Christmas special, I think I'm out with the Mandem. I'm out with the Pots, Don, a lot of them, man, in the city next week. So that should be interesting. We've got the link here in the chat. For those of you who want to join in, get into it, you know what it's all about. It's step to the mic time. Come, let's discuss the weekend's matches. And really, let's get into it. Let me just remind myself of some of the games in the location. For those people that support Manchester Piccadilly, shaking their bum violently for Amrin, there's nothing to shake your bum about. You are dust. These men are dustier than Tutankhamun. But some big games this weekend. Obviously, my club playing Fulham. And for me, I don't want to be seeing the now you see me, now you don't. I really need to see my team get some consistency. The game against Roma yesterday was not the greatest. We've got Chelsea, Villa. These are our nearest and dearest. Happy for them to drop points. Happy for them to... I don't give a damn who drops points between Villa and Chelsea, as long as someone's dropping points, so I don't give a damn. We just got to make sure we win. And then obviously in the Lord Kirsten, Liverpool against Plymouth. And it's looking long for Plymouth, I can't lie. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. We got Jay, straight to the mic. Didn't even waste time. Jay in the building. Wagwan, Jay. What are you telling me, Jay?
Deji, man, it's good to speak to you again, my brother. How you doing?
Bro, you know what? I can't lie. I've been on a high, I've been so high that I haven't streamed. I can't even lie to you. That slapping that we gave Plymouth just made me feel good. But as you know, I've learnt my lesson. You get what I'm saying? I can't come here with chest today and tell you that I'm looking forward to Fulham. I would have been smoking Budgie Banton. Because for me, I actually rate Fulham, bro. The way he's got them playing, he's got Iwobi playing out of his skin. Emil Smith-Rowe's doing a job. You get me? He's got Calvin Bassey doing a thing there. I even like their left back, Robertson. Robertson, for me, at Fulham, could easily be back up to Udogie, or even, when you're talking about competition, Fulham got a bag of mans that would provide competition to our first 11. And for me, for that reason, I respect them. And also, I've always liked Marco Silva. But what are you saying to me, bro? Because a lot of people are going to talk about the Roma game, not really being happy with it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't mind it. I'm not that bothered by the Europa League. I don't know why. It don't move. People getting upset about Galatasaray. I give a damn more about the league. But what are you saying, my bro, Jay? What are you telling me?
Listen, bro, I was at the Roma game. Obviously, big up George as well. My guy George was there as well. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
he said it was a ball.
You know what? The 92nd minute, I was walking out of that stadium and I sent George a voice note. I was like, 3-point collectors. Come on, 3-point collectors. Standard procedures.
Standard.
Dr. Tottenham strikes again, bro. And you know what? I don't even think we played bad that game. I think now that I've calmed down and I can look at things objectively, I don't think we played bad that game. I just think moments. And that's the story of our season this season, man. Moments. We keep slipping up in crucial moments. You know what I'm saying, bro? And look, that performance against City, I was expecting us to come out at the at the Spurnabout, yeah, I was expecting us to come and roll these lot over, man. They ain't won a game since the start of October, bro. You know what I mean?
It's true, bro. It's true. It's true. No, Jay, you're right. The thing is, so I don't know if it's an excuse. Obviously, we know that we got Plymouth's number, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's very difficult to play your football with the fridge in goal. Like the fridge is pissing me off. I can't lie to you. Yeah, he's on my nerves, and I think he makes the back line suspicious. Then you've got Archie Gray. I'm not gonna lie, I have to bust a little bit patois for this brother right here, but that no make it. That brother there, that no make it, man. It's not. You can't lie to me because I'm not Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles. You get me? What I'm seeing from this bro, and you know what it is? They keep trying to defend him. There's no excuse. Ethan and Wary, I know he plays for the Ops, but you can tell he's legit. Omari Hutchinson, you can tell he's legit. Mikey more to a certain extent. But this brother, I'm looking at Archie and I'm like, bro, when are you going to show us a glimpse, something to say that you are legit? Because you're playing these Europa games and you've just done stinkers after stinkers. I'm not trying to be bad mind, but that's just the truth. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so for me, the team, and also now, I weren't too happy that Solanke played, if I'm being brutally honest with you, because I think he needs to rest. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when are these brothers going to rest? I almost felt we were too strong against Roma, and then we didn't get the result. So it's just dusty.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, Dej, because look, in touching on Archie Gray just quickly, yeah, listen, that was a waste of 40 million. No disrespect to him. I'm sure he's a lovely lad. You know what I'm saying? He's a good talent, but he's not 40 million. If we want to push on and start being looked at seriously by these other clubs, we have to start going out there and spending the money properly. And isn't even playing him in his proper position. He's a DM. Why is he play that left back? Yesterday, he got exposed at left back. And I don't blame him because that's not his natural position. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. With Dom, I think, look, he needs to add more. He needs to, I don't know, he just needs to become a bit more clinical. But I can't, again, another player that I can't blame because...
Well, we're not aiming for him, though.
It feels like he's running for everyone at the moment. Like, he's doing a lot of running, man. And I don't want my strikers to be doing more running than scoring. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, Jay, you know what? You pick on a good point. Because someone was telling me the other day about how the way that Postecoglou plays, it causes injury. And he was really talking about Van de Ven. And I was trying to say, look, I know the high line, but if you're an athlete, you should be able to play the high line and run back. That I don't think what Ange Postecoglou is asking of the defenders is that deep. However, what is asking of Solanke is that deep. This brother is running around like a Kenyan marathon runner, bro. This brother is doing the steeplechase, running like Forrest Gump. And the thing is, when you're running like that, bro, you're just going to get injured. We can't, if Richarlison is not about, we can't afford for Solanke to pick up an injury. If Solanke picks up an injury, you know we're done at here. Because Son ain't that guy. Who else is going to play in the number 9? I don't want to see Kulusevski playing a false 9. Well, I don't want to see Saar playing a false 9. That's going to get me mad.
He's going to play Will Lancashire in the 9, man. That's
now, buy that, man.
And I don't want to see that. Listen, like, I think Richarlison needs to go in the summer. I think he needs to go and find a club somewhere else. He can't stay fit. You know what I'm saying? You gave us a whole season where you gave us one goal. Yeah. One goal. The next season, you go through a little purple patch, spend half the season out. You've played about 3 games this season and he's out already. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not good enough, Dej, man. It's not good enough. And I know our club, bro. I know our club. I know in January, we're probably going to go and we'll probably end up going and signing a goalkeeper that's not even going to get into the 11. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the ambition isn't there, man. The ambition isn't there. And I don't know if you would agree with me on this, Dej, right? But I've been listening to a few of Ange's press conferences and they've been getting on my nerves a little bit.
Bro, I was about to say the same thing, but carry on, bro.
No, it's been getting on my nerves a little bit, man. Because listen, yeah,
okay.
I don't know. Did you hear what he said last night about he wants to be entertaining, mate? This isn't Fox. This isn't ITV. We're not BBC Three. Yeah, we're Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Entertain me by winning me a trophy. That's how you can entertain me. Do you know what I'm saying? Entertain me by going out there and smashing teams like Ipswich, smashing teams like Palace, smashing teams like Leicester. Don't entertain me by playing nice football just to lose.
Yeah, so I got it a little bit and I didn't. So obviously, what he was trying to say is, if we did an Arsenal and went to the Etihad 2-0 up, we just sit back. Do you get me? That's what he said. I think he used that as a pretty much as an example. He said you don't see the capability that we would have slapped Plymouth 4-0. Do you get me? Because if you sit back, that never happens. I get that, but I also agree with you. When the team is as hit as it is, and when you're saying stupidness like we don't need another keeper, you're gonna put your trust in the fridge. I can't. I'm not smoking Budgie Banton, bro. I've been clean for a minute. I can't understand how he thinks the fridge is gonna do something when we know Vicario's out for a minute now. He's not coming back. It's not a 2-week thing. He had an operation. Vicario might not be back until April. There is no way Fraser Forster is going to last until April. Are you mad? Do you know what I'm saying? I need to see Kelleher come in January. I'd even take Heaton. Do you get what I'm saying? I'll take any of these brothers.
James Trafford from Burnley. The Burnley.
Take him. I'll take him.
Yeah.
Bro, so I agree with you because when he talks like that, he talks with a lot of chest and he makes it seem like everything's all right. And every time he's spoken with chest, we've gone on to flop. That's the truth. Every time he's opened up his mouth, he's gone on to flop. I'm not saying I don't like Ange Ball. I do. I prefer Ange Ball. I love it when we're sourcing and we're doing the domination in the location. What I don't love is the now you see me, now you don't. It would be... Do you know it would be a disgrace? I mean, it's already a disgrace, but it would be even more a slap in the face if we don't beat Fulham this weekend. If we don't beat Fulham this weekend, bro, I swear, Dan, I don't know if I can recover. I swear to you, I don't know if I can recover. I might have to punch someone.
Deji, if we lose to Fulham this weekend, because I will be at the game, yeah. If we lose to Fulham this weekend, I don't care if we go and smash Chelsea 4-0, sack him. Because this isn't going to continue. We're not going to go another 2-3 seasons having these great moments, these happy, giddy, we beat Chelsea, but 1-0. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Consistency breeds bad. Inconsistency breeds bad habits, bro. And
I think so.
We're starting to see that with players like, I'll give you an example, right? Johnson, he's in a little purple patch right now. He's getting goals, yes. But outside of the back post tap-ins, can you give me one element of his game that enhances our squad?
No. And Jay, you know what? I love the fact that me and you, we think alike. You're like my long-lost brother. I've been saying, for me, even during his purple patch, I said he's our Trossard. Do not start this brother. Just bring him on. Last 20 minutes, 15 minutes, let him hopefully get a goal, rattle the defense a bit with his pace. But for me, he does not start at all because apart from the tappings, I don't understand what the brother brings. He's a sprinter. That's it.
He doesn't offer anything else outside the back post tapping, man.
So, Jay, I'm with you, man. So what are we saying? Did you see enough? You were there live and direct, and I've got to bring Rasta Mike on because I know he wants to talk to me about his club and his club maybe coming back to the fore.
Big up.
People want to ask me about my prediction for this weekend. I'm not going to ask you for a prediction. I'm going to ask you, where do you stand with our club? You were at the game yesterday.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Because you sound like you're saying what I'm saying, but I think I might need to hear it from you just for confirmation. Because I don't think we can. I don't think any Spurs fan wants to give a prediction for this weekend. All we're doing is giving warnings. I lie. We're just giving warnings, like this bro. But really and truly, can we really chat with chess?
Listen, for me, it's a thing where you're right. I don't want to give a prediction for the Fulham game because I know what I expect, and then I know what I expect. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to give a prediction for the Fulham game, but our season is so dependent on finishing inside the top 5 with silverware. I don't think enough to because how I see it, bro, is if we go out and win the Europa League, we qualify for the Champions League anyways. So if we sacrifice a bit of league form and say we finish 5th or maybe even 6th, I don't see that as regression because he's put all these eggs into the cups.
Even 8th with the Europa League can run. What can't run is 8th and the Carabao Cup. Are you mad?
Yeah, no, I'm not having that. I'm sorry.
8th and the Carabao Cup. Get out of my face.
You know what I'm saying? We're not like, you know what? Some of our fans here are like, you know that guy who ain't had none for time, so he's just on anything that moves, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, none of that round here. You know what I mean? I want major honours, man, because it's about we deserve it, Dej, man. We deserve it.
100. We do, man. Major honours. Jay, big up to you. Like you, I ain't giving no predictions. Do you get me? Let's just hope that our club does the right thing this weekend, my guy.
Absolutely, man. Hey, Dej, big up for having me on. I appreciate
big up, Jay. Thank you. Always kicking us off nice. Jay, my brother, you know. Jay speaks my heart. That's my heart's cry. Can you imagine? Man can't enjoy himself. I can't enjoy myself because I'm unsure of my club. Do you get me? But my voice is back. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Make sure you smash a like. Rest the mic is in the building, you know. Mr. Philosophical, Mr. Level-head. What? Tell me. Are you man back? Are you man back? Is that what you want to tell me? You back now?
Do not expect level-headed from me today, brother. There is no level-headedness today, brother.
Wow.
We are back. We are back. Arsenal is back. We're back in the building. We're back in the building. I know it hurts you as well. I know it hurts you because you're doing all these predictions, you know, with Arsenal. But we're back. We're back. This is the football that I wanted to see from Arsenal. And I wanted to ask you a question. How do you feel as a Tottenham supporter that your team, we sent you out to get groceries for us last week?
What do you mean?
We sent you out to get groceries for us last week. We said, go and get some groceries and bring back the change as well. And you did us a favor last week.
Can I be real? And obviously, I'm always polite to you, my bro, because you're my family. You know what I'm saying? And
that's from months. That's from months, by the way. I'm taking.
You know, Tottenham showed you levels last week, innit? When I was telling you.
No. I'm gonna bring it back to you guys. I'm gonna bring it back to you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm gonna give you your props.
No, let's be real. You went to the Etihad and you sat back with Mourinho Bull. When I'm there telling you they were there for the taking. You could have slapped these brothers up. Oh no, you know, and then all these excuses. Like what now? Look what we did to Plymouth. You know what, Rasta? You could have had the same chest I'm having tonight if you man had some balls. But you had no balls, bro. Now you want to shake your bum because of
what? Do you know what? Yeah, you can't do. No, you can't do that, Deji. You cannot say that. Do you know what? I celebrated that for you.
Can I say one more thing? Because you and your bedroom, Jay Greens, are some of the most, not you, but Jay Greens is a shameful brother. Shameless guy. I'm seeing in the chat, Dej, can you see what we did? I think Artillero emailed me. Can you see how we disposed of Sporting slapped up City, but you see how we made light work of them? Was that Sporting with Amarin in charge?
Nah, I don't agree with that because I think Sporting
was Amarin there when you beat them 5-1? I just want to know, was he there?
No. My breakdown of that is that we were supposed to beat Sporting. We were supposed to beat them, even with Amarim.
When Amarim was there, they beat you. True or false?
That's true, but then even if you know what, that's not something that we're proud of. That's something that actually makes us even look bad. Yeah, my point is that we are supposed to be sporting regardless. Even during them times, yeah, we were meant to beat them, but we didn't because our manager was shit at the time. I don't know what he was on. Yeah, but my point still says that we in a normal game, even you are supposed to be sporting. I mean, we're just talking about club levels, right? Your our clubs in the Premiership usually should be able to be sporting. I agree with that.
Munzi says in the private chat, you would have got hammered if Ruben was there. That's what he's telling me. You would have got hammered.
Man,
that shake their bum.
Nah, but you know what? With me, Deji, I don't like doing these hypotheticals. I hate doing hypotheticals, because we would never know. We would never know if we were going to beat them or not. We would never know. And I hate this thing where people try to compare results, to say, oh, we did this and you did that. But I'll give your team props for beating Man City, because that's a bigger, we're in the Prem. We know what the Prem is all about. We went to the Etihad this year and we didn't get 3 points. And the reason why I was saying you cannot celebrate that is because I actually celebrated this more than you did, because you didn't believe in your team. I told you that Tottenham plays the most exciting football in the Prem, more than anybody else. And I think right now, for the past few weeks, your team has proven that they play the most attacking football.
Would you say that we're up there with Liverpool?
I think you're probably better than Liverpool.
Respect.
I think you're better than Liverpool, but this is the thing. Yeah, I don't know if you saw Bielsa when he was in the Prem with Leeds. Yeah, there is that. Every time I watch your games, you're always on the edge with Tottenham every single time. And I don't know whether that's a good thing for Postecoglou or not, because I think you're always vulnerable in defense for some weird reason. I give you all the props going forward. You're the best team going forward, and you don't even know when to stop doing that. You just keep doing and I think that's something that Postecoglou needs to work on. If he gets that right with your attacking potency, I think your team is probably, and this goes, and I don't actually blame Postecoglou, which is what I was getting on to you about. It's not his fault. Your team has always got that issue that you have a good attack, bad midfield, or good defense, or bad defense, good midfield, good attack. They need to actually invest in the defense and and get the right profile players that he requires, because he's a top manager. I told you this before.
To be honest, I agree, but I still think as he showed, and this is the issue that I was saying to you last week, was that there is enough quality there to do better than what he's been doing. And when you look at the metrics, and I don't like to do stats, but Tottenham have scored the most goals in the Prem so far. Tottenham have the second best goal difference in the Prem. So that means Tottenham for me is the second best team, if not the best team. Depending
I
on
wouldn't say overall. I wouldn't say overall you're the best. I would say you've got the best.
I would say we're second best. But really and truly, had we beaten Ipswich 1-0, we would be third on points.
Yeah, but
had we beaten
you're doing hypotheticals again. You're doing hypotheticals again.
Not hypotheticals of hypotheticals. These are hypotheticals where Spurs were 2-0 up against Brighton at halftime.
Yeah, exactly. And football is a game of 90 minutes,
Is it unrealistic to expect my team to beat Ipswich 1-0 at home?
No, it's not. But you didn't, though. That's the thing.
And then there's hypotheticals. That's all I'm saying. That's the Mikey. But look, you were talking about, let me not deter you, and then big up to SG in the building. Big up to Munzi as well. We're going to be talking his club, Manchester Piccadilly. I want to ask you a question. You said you started this by saying Arsenal's back. Do you legitimately believe that? And is it because Asgard has come back? Well, I'm going to call him Odegaard, do you get me? But low key, he's got nothing on Cooley. You like what I did there, but is that the reason why you lot are sourcing, or it's just clicking the rough patch is over?
I think we are starting to kick into gear for this season, and I was actually impressed with you know, the obvious, the low hanging fruit is Odegaard, Saka. You know, they're them. You know, it's players like Martinelli. You know, players like Trossard. You know, those players that were lacking in confidence. And I don't know what it is. You know, is it because when they're standing in the tunnel, if they don't see Odegaard, they don't feel confident enough? Do you know what I mean? Like if you're in the tunnel, like for example, the old Arsenal, if you're in that tunnel with Vieira, you know, I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of players would feel like, you know what, my chest is out, you know, I'm gonna show off, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I like, that, you know, those guys, Martinelli, Trossard, you know, they're starting to show a little bit of, you know what I mean? Like, we can do this, you know. And I think if you get those guys on song, the others like Trossard and Odegaard, they're gonna source. We know that already, you know. It's the others that I worry about, because the problem that we have is still that we don't have a striker, and I don't believe in Havertz, man. I don't. I think he's a good player to have in the team.
I think he's disappointed already. I think it's disappointing already.
Yeah, I don't believe. So you need goals everywhere else on the pitch, you know. And if Martinelli, Trossard, and them guys, Partey is starting to, you know, show off, you know, I think we're on a good thing. I still don't think we'll win the league, though. I think we'll just about probably make second, because I don't think Man City will ever bounce back from whatever they're going through.
Anyway.
You guys put the nail in the
you
coffin.
my song. It's Boys to Men with Man City right now. It's end of the road.
You put the nail in the coffin, you know.
I don't think we can worry about them moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Not worry about that club.
Yeah. So I think we're on a good, like, you know, we're in good form at the moment. Let's see what happens in the next few weeks. You know, I don't like jumping to conclusions early, you know, to say, oh yeah, we're gonna win this, we're gonna win that. I don't think it's that yet, but it's good to see. It's good to see the team playing well, man. That's all it is, man.
It's good to see your club being competitive, because it was kind of dry, to be honest, watching you guys be rubbish. And let's see what won. The thing is, though, what I find quite disrespectful to us, man, and I want to bring SG in a moment, is that you, man, are only 3 points ahead of my team, and yet Arsenal fans are talking like it's 10 points. I'm going to let you know now.
Our eyes don't lie to us, Stage. Arsenal is far ahead of Tottenham, man. Like in terms of no. I go back to what I was saying to you before. We have a more balanced, as I was saying, like a balanced overall team. If you're talking about defense, midfield, and attack, this is what I was talking about. All those different phases. I think our team is more, and that's nothing to do with the fact that, oh yeah, you're badly coached or whatever. I just think that over the years we've invested well enough in those areas, and your team hasn't done that. Your team has probably invested well enough going forward, but they haven't invested well enough and you're still in your process as well, if you think about it. You know, if you look at Postecoglou, it's his second full season, you say, man, give him a little bit more time. I want to compete with you guys. I want to be in a title race with Tottenham, man. Seriously, it's not like I'm a hater like that, you know.
No, I appreciate that. I'm just saying, don't write us off just yet.
I think you guys you'll be fighting for top 4 this year. I think you will fight for top 4. I don't agree with the last caller who was saying that, we wanna concentrate on Europa. Cup football, man. Cup football, you get knocked out by some stupid team from Europe, like some unknown team, man. You don't want to put all your eggs in that.
No, you're right. We've got no Vicario right now, and the squad is looking very, very needy. But let's see what
Vicario's out.
Yeah. Let's see what happens, though. But big up Rasta Mikey in the building, kicking it off.
Man.
Bless
up, man.
This guy's got his chest out for his club, Arsenal, you know. I've never seen Rasta Mikey yet with his chest out like this. But I got SG in the building, and I got Munzi. You know, I'm yet to have. Munzi will be the first United fan, and it's been a minute, because me and Munzi used to do the streams way, way, way back in the day. So it's going to be good to see Munzi. But SG in the building, what you telling me, my guy?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. But I was thinking that you'd be a bit more perky today.
No, man, I don't get it.
Your club is back, no?
No, I'm not getting carried away. One game at a time.
You don't agree with Rasta Mikey?
Bro, I'm not that deluded, unfortunately.
So you're not happy with where things are with your club?
No, I'm happy, but why did it take so long to actually have attacking football?
Yeah. Well, he's gone back to his roots, isn't it? He's gone back to what worked for you guys last season, which is to go and have attack. And I think part of the reason why, if you don't mind me speaking for you, why you don't feel so, without we can't talk with as much chest is because you watch my club dispose of Plymouth. Like they were work. And had you guys had the kahunas and played attacking football, maybe you slap up Plymouth 4 or 5-0 as well. I agree, bro. It's shameful. Shameful.
You're shameless, bro. You're absolutely shameless.
No, but let's be real. You had an opportunity to do something, and you waved your white flag. You waved your white flag like this. Bro, I was saying it. I was the one encouraging you, man. You man could have taken them out, could have, and you didn't do it. How bad do you feel now?
Well, I feel bad we didn't win the Premier League twice in the season. So it ain't different with this manager because in critical moments he will always mess this up.
So what are you hoping for now? Because obviously you're saying
a trophy.
You're hoping for a trophy.
Yeah.
Do you think with what you're seeing so far, are you agreeing with Rasta Mikey? Are you man back?
It's too early to say. It's a whole season.
Why are you so reserved, bro? Every Arsenal fan is shaking their bum violently, bro. Like they're really like, "Wow, we could do this." In fact, if Liverpool slip up, we're right there. That's what they're saying, bro.
Respectfully, we have everyone gonna say Liverpool gonna drop some points, but we're also gonna drop points. So how confident are they that we're gonna have a run of game unbeaten? We're gonna drop some points and we're gonna lose some games.
Everyone's gonna drop points.
Yeah.
Because everyone's dropping points, you can argue that you're the second best team in the Prem. I think Arsenal right now look more certain to finish second than Plymouth. I know that's easy to say, but I do think it's the end of the road for them. Like legit.
Yeah,
like legit, end of the road.
It's normal because they've been dominating English football for over 7 years.
They've had their time. It's a cycle. Let them go. He's the legend. That City team is full of legends. De Bruyne will always be remembered. Gundogan will be remembered. Bernardo Silva, you get me? Aguero, do you know what I mean?
Even
all these men, Silva, the other Silva, company.
Silva.
Yeah, we remember them.
Fernandinho.
Yeah, all of them. We remember them.
In my opinion, I prefer Fernandinho over Rodri, in my opinion.
Yeah. For me, I'm still on the fence on how Rodri got the Ballon d'Or, but that's another debate. So, bro, what are you? I mean, I know you're on the fence.
No, I'm Arteta out always.
Are you out? Because Kyrgios Keane has said Arteta out. Why are you Arteta out if he's got you back to winning ways? You slapped up Sporting 5-1. You slapped up the Forest of Doom. Do you get me? You slapped them up the Forest of Doom 3-0 at home, which is not a bad result given how Forest have started so far this season. I'm just not understanding. Even me, my chest is pumped, even though this weekend game was looking dodgier than Tutankhamun. Do you get me? When you got the win, you got to be happy, no?
Yeah, I'm happy for the win, but he has 5 years in the job. He has won a trophy since the FA Cup.
I don't think he wins a trophy for you, bro.
Exactly. So what's the point of having this kind of a manager, yeah? Can I mention another thing, yeah? On Dan Ponce's stream, it was a Napoli fan who was a massive Arteta fan, was saying that Arteta will win a Premier League in a few years.
No.
Based on what? They say, oh, it's a young team, it will improve. Nothing is guaranteed with league positions. Because I have seen young players like Fabregas and Nasri left this club to win with other teams. So what's the difference?
Yeah, SG. I agree. I actually said when you gave the 3-year extension that still could go 8 years without a trophy because I don't count the FA Cup that you won halfway through the season of Emery. I don't actually count that.
I count that as a trophy. I look
at whole seasons. And
a
whole season under Arteta has won you nothing.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Is I would take a FA Cup, but he's been here for over 5 years. He spent a lot of money. There are a lot of hype on his fan base and the media and everything. Say, oh, he's the next Pep region. So I expect him to win a Premier League or Champions League. If not, piss off.
Yeah, I think that's legit. SG having high standards like my club. Do you get me?
Bro, if it was supposed to be a big club, what do we have a standards of Tottenham Hotspur then? I'm sorry that I have to include your club. I'm sorry, but we moved Highbury to Emirates to compete with the likes of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. but we're getting pumped by them.
Yeah. It's shameful. Bro, I'm not going to lie, it's shameful. But the truth is, that's why I say things like Arsenal are more Spursy than Spurs. The truth of the matter is there is no difference between us. Rasta Mikey says there's levels between the Arsenal team and the Spurs team. But the truth is there's only 3 points between the two. That's legit. Yeah. And that's because Tottenham didn't beat Ipswich, which we have to take the L for. We are a disgrace for not beating them. Had we beaten Ipswich, we're above Arsenal in the league. And Jay Simpson says that you lot don't have high standards. So it's crazy. He's saying, I don't know, he's laughing, says, nah, our club don't have high standards. Whoa, this brother has high standards for your club, though. SG's like, it's got to be a major trophy. FA Cup doesn't suffice for my bro. Do you get me?
Bro. And people are raising over Mario Odegaard. Of course he was shy because we don't have another playmaker. So we're playing Trossard as a number 10 when it actually is a winger.
It's horrible.
So of course he will. Of course he will shine. But in critical moments, where's Mario Odegaard? He disappears.
Yeah, that's.
So he ain't my captain.
SG. Oh, hey, Jay Simpson says he's a Spurs fan. I'm talking. Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry. You know, like my eyes. I've done a very Charles Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, you're tired, man.
Tottenham fan. You're done. No. And Jay Greens, this brother, Jay Greens, always. Football's a humbler. Well, Jay, man didn't read out any of your comments. I got 4 goals. You get me? 4 goals against Plymouth. He says West Ham and Spurs are the same. Tell me, why not stop? Bro, we're not doing this, Jay. You know yourself that you're looking over your shoulder. You know already, bro. I don't need to tell you. You just keep doing what you need to do. That's what SG is saying. Do what you need to do and we'll know Wagwan. But I'm saying, look over your shoulder, my brother, because if you slip up, we are there. SG, big up to you, because I got to bring in Munzi right now, and then I'm going to be bringing in Spurs and Agnes. I can't even do too long tonight, do you get me? But man needed to do this and touch base. Munzi, are you about? Is Munzi about? I think he is. Munzi,
hello.
How you doing, mate?
I'm good. Been a while, mate. Been a while.
It's been a while, mate. It's definitely been a while. I obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I weren't expecting to see you because if I was a fan of your club, I don't know if I would have been showing my face either. So big up to you, locked in, locked on. What brings you to the channel today? What brings you out of hibernation? And don't tell me it's Amarin.
I've not been in hibernation. I'm just, I'm joking. We've been poor. Ten Hag was poor. He's poor, but still won more than Arteta. I'm a bit disappointed that you haven't got Ruben Amorim on the background, but I'll let you off.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't want to highlight your club just yet. Partly because I'm not getting caught in the hype. Now, I think Ruben Amorim is a good manager. Is he the savior for your club? I don't know. I'm not sure. Beating that team in the Europa League from bloody Norway is nothing to shake your bum about. And then you guys, they're a Norwegian team. No disrespect. I'm just keeping it real, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you drew with Ipswich.
Yeah, but we drew with Ipswich. You lost to them, so it's a point better than you. So
yeah,
I'll take anything.
Yeah, legitly,
it's not the.
Do you think is he the man, or are you just happy you just got someone else in charge? Because that's the bit I'm not understanding from United.
I think if he carries on doing like he has been, like keeping the system, like I know he changed it mid-game, but that's different. Keeping that system, that 3-4-2-1 where he wants to play, he's got to keep that and then say, right, if you don't play this, you're out. Ten Hag change the system for them players. Everyone knows half of them ain't good enough. So he needs to keep it. If he keeps it like that, and they carry on doing what they're doing, then yeah. But this season's a write-off. We've been lucky to win. If we win something, it's great. But write this season off. Try and get a Euro. Try and get maybe win Europa League. I don't think we're going to win that. But I don't think we're going to win that.
I mean, I'm hearing a lot of United fans talk about get Europe this season. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm not being rubbish. I'm not being funny, but your team is rubbish. I mean, you just said half the players are crap. I mean, the truth is they are crap. I think United do well to finish top 8 this season. And so it is a write-off season. And I think anything above top 8, and that is with a trophy, means that Amarin done a remarkable job and has exceeded expectation. But with the personnel that he has at his disposal, that team is 8th. You don't beat Brighton with that squad. Never. You don't beat Brighton. You don't beat who else is in the top half. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. That team doesn't beat Villa. That team doesn't beat Newcastle. I mean, Munzie, it's bad. It's looking
we beat Villa last year twice with that team. So Newcastle.
You think you beat Villa this season with your current squad?
Yeah. I think we could beat them. Yeah, at home, not at their place. I think they'll beat us, but I think we'll beat them.
I think you get slapped by Villa, to be honest. There's nothing you.
You haven't changed, have you? Jesus, don't ever change. Don't ever change.
I do have a legit question for you, and I think you can tell me this before I bring my guy Dan, the analyst as well, who's not too happy from his facial expression from what he saw from my club yesterday. Munzie, do you think there's something in the water in Manchester?
No.
I think there's something. I think there's something in the.
Yeah, but they're just going through that. They're going through their stage. You know, they always go through that stage, don't they? See, and then all of a sudden that's what champions are made of, and they go through that. We used to do it. We used to go through a sticky stage during Christmas, and then they come out. Oh, all right, they don't look like they're going to do it, and and the Arsenal fan. Well, I messaged on one of your comments saying because you beat. I can't remember. You slapped up City. I said, you're going to think you're going to win the league. Arsenal fans think they're back. What? When have they ever been back? They ain't been back since Wenger.
It's true.
That's what we're waiting for. They haven't been back since Wenger.
That's why SG weren't happy just a minute ago. That's what I keep trying to tell him. But I do think there's some parasites in your water up north.
No.
Like, I'm willing to go down with a group of Navy SEALs to check out the water there because City's performance is absolutely atrocious. They're getting slapped by Liverpool this weekend. It could be 5 or 6. You guys under Amarin, the one thing that made me laugh is Amarin saying in his first day after the Ipswich game that your players had no IQ. Were you surprised by that statement?
No, because some of them ain't got IQ, have they? So I mean, some of them are hope. The thing is, you see it. Some of the players like Rashford, he's been there since Van Gaal. He's been there. He's gone. He needs to sort himself out or get him out. Yeah. Johnny Evans is an OHP, an OH pensioner. When we played Ipswich, we had Casemiro and flipping Ericsson. You know what I mean? We could have played 2 old people in that midfield and done better. They were awful. But I'm going to give him till the end of the season. See, everyone's going, you got to give him a couple of years. No, I'll give him to the end of the season. When he gets the summer transfer window, and then if he don't start changing then he needs to sort himself out.
You know what, Munzie? You've got standards. Because that's the other thing. That's the other lie I've been hearing people say. Oh, we're going to give Amarin 2 years. Shut your mouth. If it's dusty now and it's dusty next season, how are you giving him 2 years? You can't give him 2 years. That's why I know Dan is going to say the same thing as me. We're not Arsenal, accepting 8th. No Arsenal fan was happy with 8th the second season. It just so happened you finished 5th in the 3rd season, but you got Tottenham fans wanting Ange out now. And Tottenham are 6th. Do you know what I'm saying? 3 points off 3rd.
It's different. It is different standards, isn't it? They've kept our cow. We've had 2 years. Yeah. We to be fair, we should have got rid of Ten Hag when he won the FA Cup, but because he won it so well and spanked up City, that's why they kept him. We should have got rid of him then.
Yeah. No, fair. So, Munzie, this weekend you have who? Everton. You win that game?
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, hopefully.
I think you need to. If he's legit, because everyone talks about the new manager bounce. If you don't beat Everton, then where's the bounce?
Oh yeah, it needs to after the last win. Yeah, it's at home as well. So yeah, Everton are crap anyway. But
Yeah,
as I said, we've got to start winning quickly now, or we're never going to be nowhere.
I agree. And Marcus says here you won't need 2 years. Do you agree with Mark? Because my mate was telling me he's a Sporting Lisbon fan. I wanted to get him on the show so he could explain why he thinks this. He's also an Everton fan, to be fair. But he was saying that it took Amarin about 2-3 seasons to build that sporting club. I mean, that sporting team the way that it is today. And I was saying to him, I don't think United fans give him that time. So, Marcus, you talking about 2 years. Do your research on how long it took Amarin to turn Sporting around.
As I just said, I'll give him a year. And then if not, then he's only signed a 2 year. I think he's only signed a 2 year deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he needs to sort it out quick or they will get rid of him.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Munzi, look, thanks for joining. Get me back on your channel. And yeah, make sure everyone, if you haven't, please go over there. It's always doing great stuff. Big up to you, Munzi. Great to catch up again.
Thanks for having me on.
Cheers, my brother. Big up to everyone locked in. Jay Simpson is getting it right. Someone who speaks my language. You get me? Get them lights up to us. I got my bro, Dan, the analyst, in the building. Yes, Dan, talk to us. Talk to us. Lay it, Dan.
How are you?
Dan, you know what? I'm good. Every time I see you, the tone is just straight on your face. You know what? We ain't messing about. You right, Dej? Right, let's get into it now, joking. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm okay, man. I hope you're good, buddy. And big up to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, big up, big up.
Look, guys, after the game yesterday, I was disappointed. Yeah. Look, and I did my little video, but then I jumped onto Tottenham away, and then I read the quotes from the press conference.
Yeah, Jay talked about that earlier. Yeah,
and unfortunately, Deji, I snapped, and I still ain't calmed down.
Yeah,
I'm very, very frustrated.
Yeah.
Now, look, Deji, I haven't heard your response to this result yesterday.
Well, before yesterday's result, obviously it's an obvious question, but I need to hear from you because we haven't spoken properly. How did you feel about the result against Plymouth?
Well, look, it was a fantastic result, wasn't it? It's all what we wanted. I was shocked. Shocked. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what. It's one of the best away performances in many a year. And I'm saying going back to under AVB when we beat Ferguson's Man United, when Gareth Bale ripped him a new one. Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Well, respect for that.
You could also talk about the game away to Chelsea under Pochettino with Dele Alli with 2 goals. Another very good away performance against a Chelsea team that we never beat away from home. So these sort of wins, Deji, are very far between. So look, I was shocked. I was happy. I bigged up the boys. I bigged up Ange. What I saw in that game is that Ange adjusted. He changed. He's adapted. He changed it up. Yeah, fair play to him. Look, on the other side of that, Man City are not in a good moment. Before we played them, there were 4 defeats in a row. But look, they're still a good team, man. And to go to their ground and slap them up like that,
still City, even if you say it quick. Do you know what I mean?
They're bringing on £100 million players. You know, that for them, that was shocking. Yeah, we've really done them. But we're also their bogey team as well. Remember we spoke, Deji, a couple of weeks back, and we were saying that, look, it's possible, right? But to beat them in that manner was, nobody could have said that. Do you know what? You know, if you put like a fiver on that, I think it was like 400 to 1 or something silly. You know, you would have been a very rich man.
Yeah, that's mad. That is mad. That is mad thinking of it.
But
so you were on a high from the game. You even said, which is the first time you've said something positive about Ange. You know, you liked the adaptation and the location. You like what you did. The performance was probably the best away performance, which I agree. And then we had Roma. What was you hoping from the Roma game? Because I'm not even going to lie to you, Dan. Part of me just didn't really care. Not in the way that I didn't care about the result. Yes, I was disappointed by the result, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm finding Europe boring. I'm finding it very, very boring, and you can tell that we are finding it. And then I'm looking at the team, and the team doesn't fill me with confidence. Archie Gray starting. I just thought, we're not. This is a bit of a joke, and that's probably why my mood was a bit down, to be honest. And then we were 2-1 up, and I thought, oh, we might do this even with this squad, and then we flopped it towards the end. And to be fair, to even walk away with a draw with the Fridging goal is a great achievement.
He done all right though, the Fridge. He done all right.
You know what I'm saying?
The Fridge
But,
right.
then I thought Roma is crap. I don't think, Fulham give us the same sort of leniencies as Roma did. You get what I'm saying? We're getting into,
so Deji, look, I was expecting to win that game. We had quite a strong lineup, yeah. Ange went strong as he possibly could, barring Udogie, yeah, playing left back. Obviously the keeper. And what I saw in that first half was Roma, after we got our goal, Roma dominated. Yeah, the Barlow was cooking, wasn't he? Yeah, they played the formation what they don't normally play under Ranieri. They went three at the back. They played wing backs. They were really causing us some problems. We just couldn't keep hold of the ball. Then we got back into it after they scored, and then they had a goal disallowed, and we thought, okay, we better start playing now. We've got a game on our hands. Yeah. So good. Look, we get a goal. It's 2-1. Should have been 3. Cleared off the line. Scissor kick from Solanke. And then I'm thinking, okay, 2-1. Bit of a messy game. Roma caught us off guard. Roma are not in a good moment at the moment. So second half comes along, and then the second half, Roma, I think, dominated. We did have two chances, maybe. Solanke hit the bar, but I don't understand it. I just don't understand. This is the inconsistency, Deji. This is about the inconsistency of the team. We should have dealt with Roma. Yeah, we should have been 2-3 up half time, make the changes second half, freshen the legs for Fulham.
Yeah.
We didn't see that. It was back to the normal Ange way, wasn't it? High press, high line, inverted fullbacks. Yeah. And what we saw, it doesn't work. So
it doesn't work with this team.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
He didn't do that against City. He actually didn't do that against City.
Yeah. So this is what's getting to me, right? Yeah. So look, if it was just an isolated game and we drew 2-2, I can cope with an isolated game. But it's not an isolated game, is it? Because it's win 1 week, lose the next. Yeah, that's our form guide. If you look at our form guide, win 1, lose 1.
No, you don't. Yeah.
Okay, that was a draw. But look, man, what Ange said in that press conference about playing entertaining football and not willing to adjust, be pragmatic. In that game, Deji, all Ange had to do was tying it up at the back, kick it long. No, forget the playing out from the back. Just get the 3 points, because now we're in a position where we're not guaranteed getting into that top 8. We're out of the top 8 in that competition. We've got to go to Rangers, which is now a bit of a tasty fixture because Ange is going back to Scotland, right? He's going back to his rival when he was managing Celtic. I don't think Rangers are going to roll over. Rangers are now
good. To be fair, Rangers and Celtic haven't been too bad in Europe this season, to be fair. Didn't Rangers slap up Nice yesterday?
4-1. So I it's just those comments. I can't deal with it anymore, Deji. I've had enough of Ange. I've had that stupid comment he said about entertaining football. That's all what matters. And basically he says, if you don't like it, go and watch other teams. Not having it. Not having it. This is amateur. This is top managers do not speak like this.
Dan, do you think maybe he's a little bit naive in terms of how he deals with the media? Could it be that he just doesn't want to move from his style of play? I mean, Marcus talks about how, Amarin didn't want to abandon his philosophy at the first sign of trouble. Is it more that he should be a bit more humble in what he's saying and saying, look, that is because he has said he doesn't want to change his style of play. But when he does say stuff like, I always win a trophy in my second season, or wouldn't you rather be entertained than not? I think he went further and said, you'll miss me after he's gone. And then you think, this could backfire, and it could backfire terribly if it does go left.
Look, I can't have it. Look at the form. Look at our form, Deji, yeah? Beat City, lose to Ipswich. Yeah, beat Villa, lose to Palace. It's been going on since last season. Ange is not adapting. He's not changing. He's not winning us matches. Yesterday, he should have shut up shop, got us the 3 points, put us in a very good position to qualify out of that Europa League in the top 8 places. And then you skip qualifying matches, yeah? Now it's hard work now. And I'm not convinced we'll even beat Fulham. Because if you look at the form table, you know, we beat City, the next result is a loss. Because Ange, he just does not adapt. He does not change it up. Our team is not good enough. We're not like a good Man City team who can play like that every week and win most weeks. We're not good enough. We're not good enough. I'm sorry. Ange, for me, has got to go. I've had enough of him. I can't put up with this anymore. It's just a load of rubbish what he's saying, and he's backing it up again as well, Deji. I was just reading his press conference notes. While I was waiting to jump on, he's backing himself. Yeah. Now I tell you what, if we don't beat Fulham, I'm going hard. I'm going hard. Ange out. I don't care. Yeah. He better beat Fulham. Yeah. He better beat Fulham. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm sick of it.
I mean, a couple of things. Marcus says here, a draw versus Roma is a great result. They're better than you. I don't know how you guys are disappointed.
Another thing, Roma are crap. Roma are crap this season.
Yeah, they're rubbish. Then he said, and then we got Marcus says, "What, you guys have poor players? Banter aside, Ange's doing a great job. We are rubbish, and we still have better players." Nah, that one I there. Marcus supports Manchester United. There's no one on this planet that can say that Man United ain't got. I would rather have the Bournemouth squad than the Manchester squad. I swear down to you. I'm not lying. I'm not swagging Budgie Banton. You guys are rubbish. You guys are on par with Southampton, people that I don't know. And then Jay Simpson says, I believe Ange is trying to build a mentality in these players, but they're just lazy and don't want to carry that mentality. Could it be that, Dan? Could he just be trying to just give the boys confidence to believe in themselves, to know that they can do it?
Nah. It's down to Ange. It's down to Ange's system. Yeah, the system. Because we've seen this team. We score a lot of goals, right? I think we're the highest goal scorers in the league. We can defend well when we want to. We can turn up when we need to.
Yeah.
But because of Ange's system, we're just so unpredictable, and teams work us out. They really do work us out.
Yeah. No, I hear you, Dan. Well, Dan, I'm with you, you know. As much as if Ange can somehow win against Fulham and Bournemouth, obviously that, do you give him more leeway, I guess? Do you think, you know what, you've opened your mouth, you've got a big mouth, but you know what, as long as you're delivering, I don't mind it? Or are you just like, you know what, I'm just done with it? Is it Fulham and done? Because for me, if I did say, because people keep calling me flip-flopping, and I'm like, it's hard to say I'm a flip-flop, but I get it. I do like the football at times, but it needs to be managed better, which is what you're saying. We don't mind slapping up the City. When it's right, it's right. When it's wrong, it's wrong. If we lose to Fulham, I will be Ange out myself. I'm not going to lie to you. 6 defeats in 30 is relegation fodder. So, yeah, Dan, just give us. Would you give him time if he beats Fulham?
Would I give him time?
Yeah, Dan. Don't worry, Dan. It's all good. It's all good.
Sorry, mate. I've got the little ones around. Just give us a second. They're going to bed soon.
Mate, I'm in the same boat, so don't you worry.
Listen, man. Well, first of all, we must beat Fulham, but still, I'm not convinced by this manager. And if it was up to me, I would change it now. I would get another manager in who could get this team, get more consistent results, be a bit more clever how he manages the team. He's just this way of just entertaining, and that all what matters. It doesn't sit with me at all. Yes, we can still have a manager who can come in and play attacking football, and then realise in the game when there's like we're under pressure or we're leading, and we just need to be just a bit more careful to get that win over the line. Yeah. And for me, Ange, I can't do it anymore, Deji. I've had enough of him, and that just topped it off what he said in that press conference yesterday. Yeah. The results as well, Deji, of course. Yeah, win, lose, win, lose. You're not going anywhere with that form. And I think, right, we've got a massive opportunity this season to do something, win a cup.
Would you give him time if he goes on a run, though? If he wins the next 5 games, would you give him time?
Come on, he's not doing that.
I know, but just hypothetically speaking, I know it's highly unlikely, but if he was to win the next 5 games, do you give him time?
Of course, you have to, don't you? Because if you're winning 5 in a row, then that's what we want, isn't
We
it?
are literally 3 points off third, 4 points off second.
Yeah,
That's what he's going to hold on to.
Look, we've got to go Bournemouth next Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you think we've got the balls to go up there and play in that tight little ground? You know, Areola, he'll be rubbing his hands together. It's tough fixtures. And then after that, we've got Chelsea at home, and we ain't got a good record at Chelsea in any season. We hardly beat them. So that's...
He's got to win all 3 games, in my opinion. I don't know how he's going to do it, but for me, we just need to get a result against Fulham, because I'm telling you now, if we don't beat Fulham,
you're going to lose it as well, Deji, aren't you? You're going to lose it, aren't you? If you honestly, if
we don't beat Fulham, I might have to smash my head on the laptop. I swear to you, man. I will smash my head on the laptop. I'll be vexed. I'll be having cuts like Pep, like live on the stream. Like, I'll be so pissed. So pissed. I don't think I could come back if we lose. If we lose to Fulham, I can't come back. I swear, man.
Look, that's it, Deji, then. You have to stick to it then, man. You have to stick to it. Because you can't.
I will stick to it. I will stick to it, man. But I'm hoping. I'm begging.
Yeah. Do you know what, Deji? I think that City result is giving you a lot of hope, isn't it? That City result, what we did there to them is maybe
that and the Villa. That and the Villa has shown me. And the fact that we're so far in front with goals scored. And it makes me think also, and I've got to bring Zoo in the moment, that, you know, he made one point. He said, Harry Kane's leaving, and had he stayed, he would have got a lot of goals. And it just made me think, had he had Kane, maybe he would have done the job, man. Because I think those other managers, people keep shaking their bum for them, but they had Kane, the best striker in world football. He's the highest. We've got the highest goals, and let's be real, Solanke is no Kane. He's no gunman up top. I mean, our front 3 is Solanke, Brennan Johnson, and Son. I mean, I'm not being funny. I'm surprised they've scored 5 goals, let alone 29 goals. Do you know what I mean? Like, really, that front 3 should not. I mean, I know it's not the front 3 that is scoring the goals like that, but if that's your front 3, you're not scaring no one. Let's just be honest.
And they got 29 goals. This, Deji, I just don't know, man. I'm just really frustrated as a Spurs fan, and I'm just seeing a team which is just not secure. You never know what they're going to serve up, and if that's happening, that means it's the end game, isn't it? You can't be carrying on like this. And Ange has got to. He's not going to, Deji. This is the thing, isn't it? He's going all in with this, and he doesn't care. And he says stupid things to the fans. It's winding people up. Yeah,
I hear you, Dan. Let's see what happens. I think Sunday is the make or break game for me. If we can get a result, we give him time. If he doesn't get a result, because look, 5 defeats means his time is limited, in my opinion. I agree with you. But whilst he's getting the results, he's buying himself more time. So let's see what happens.
Just one more thing, Deji, before I jump off. One more thing. I cannot celebrate no more. I cannot celebrate no more any win until I see that consistency. 4, 5 games in a win. If we win, fair enough. Well done. But I'm not celebrating. I'm not saying, oh, look at Ange. He's back. He knows what he's doing. Back Ange. He's the man. Yeah, you got to get behind him. No. None of that. I want to see 4, 5 victories in a row. I want to see us adjusting games when we need it. And unless that happens, I'm just going to be quiet. Very quiet.
Big up, Dan. And thanks for coming through, Dan. I agree with you. And Jay, in the chat, can you confirm whether you think what Dan's just said is a fair statement? He's not shaking his bum until he sees our club going. A bit like SG earlier for the Arsenal fan who said he's not happy. You know what I mean? Great, they got the wins over the last 2 games, but he's not convinced. He wants to see more from his club. So Standards FC tonight. Big up, Dan. And make sure, go over to Dan, the analyst. Big up, please.
Cheers,
go like over there, subscribe.
Too soon, man.
Over there. Yeah, thanks.
Big up to everyone in the chat. Take care. Good night.
Okay, good night, Dan. Big up to Dan. I've got my last customer, Zoo, in the building, waiting. Zoo, I want you to answer Jay's question here. How many times are we going to keep changing managers? We've been 2 We've been through too many since Poch.
I think we have to stick with this one. I think he's absolutely the right manager. And honestly, I couldn't believe what I was hearing with the last guy. Let's be honest. He calls himself an analyst. I haven't heard any analysis from him. I've been hearing like basically betting talk, gamblers talk. If we have this record, then yes, let's bet money on this. That's not how analysis works, honestly.
Yeah.
And
well,
let me ask you a serious question. Do you ever watch Tottenham matches on replay?
Yeah, I have. Not all the time, but I have done. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you do and you watch the good parts and the bad parts, you'll find that a lot of the bad things, they come down to individual players, and the manager can't control that. And I haven't heard anyone here talk about individual players. And right now, I think there are definitely certain players in the squad, the starting 11, that are serious problems. Romero, of course, he's not starting 11 right now. We have Yves Bissouma. If you look at the City game, I watched it several times over.
Yeah,
he was concerning. Remember when we started last season? We were so good, and Yves Bissouma was one of the best players in the league, right? He was basically, he didn't make a mistake for like 10 straight games. Now, even in the games where we're doing so well, he's making several mistakes every game that are almost costing us. Remember when we were inside the box and our own box, and he kept losing the ball? Yeah. That is unacceptable. And you were talking earlier about whether Rodri deserved the Ballon d'Or. I think that is why he deserves the Ballon d'Or, because he doesn't make stupid mistakes like this throughout the season. And we don't have a player who is consistent like that. And if you're talking about consistency, you have to look at little things like these, like the pivot player keeps losing the ball in our own box. And, well, why are we inconsistent? Because of things like this. If you look at Destiny Udogie, he keeps losing the ball in our own third. And he didn't do that last season, so we know it's not an ability problem. I think we have to say that it's down to his mentality, right? Maybe it's because he doesn't have competition. So how can you blame Ange for that?
Yeah, I get it, but surely he's seeing the same things that you're seeing, and that's why you have training to pick up on these things. The issue I've had with Ange, and I'm not Ange out. I mean, look, I was Ange out simply because we took too many L's, in my opinion. 5 L's in 12 games is still too high for a club like us. Luckily for us, the league is so upside down that even with 5 defeats, we can still bloody go third. And that's how crazy it is, because really and truly, 5 defeats, you should be 10th, 11th, 12th. The thing I'm struggling with is I agree with you. And when I've looked back at the games, it has been down to mentality. Why isn't he not able to get the players riled up for the games that we should be winning? Because Fulham is a game we should win, and we could end up losing that quite neatly. I think no one would be surprised if we lose against Fulham this weekend. And for me, that's an issue.
Well, I'm not inside the dressing room, but I mean, if you ask someone like Jose Mourinho or Antonio Conte, they would say it's a problem with the players. Now, I'm not saying whether they're right or wrong, but that could be a possibility. Also, I just don't think if you're talking about the tactics, I don't think there's anything wrong with that in those games that we're talking about, like Crystal Palace, Fulham. I think the tactics were fine. They were not designed to counter those teams, but Ange doesn't really do that with his tactics. And the individual quality just wasn't there. Otherwise, tactics could have worked. It wouldn't have been fantastic, but they would have worked. And I think when we talk about Ange and his communication, we were always saying that he's riling up the fans. Well, I think that should have been riling up the players. I don't know what's going on in there. I think maybe it's down to, I think a lot of it's still down to a lack of competition. You look at Bissouma, he has no competition right now. I mean, who is his competition? Archie Gray? No, we're not going to play him there.
We bought Archie Gray though. Why did we buy Archie Gray?
He is one of the best talents in England, let's be honest.
Do you see that?
Yes, absolutely.
You from what you've seen, you think he's
from what I saw in his last 2 seasons. Okay, not this season.
What you've seen at Spurs.
I've seen very good moments. I think he's a very high IQ player. Like Ruben Amorim would not say that he's a low IQ player. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, fair.
So he has very good potential. And let's face it, we can't fix this squad in 1 or 2 transfer windows. So going for like a 60 million, 70 million pound player in that position and still falling short, that's even worse than, say, building up a new generation of talented youngsters and then we all peak at the same time and we get to where we want to be, hopefully.
Fair. Okay, that's a good point, Zoo. I mean, I like the angle that you've taken with that. I guess, you know, it's a balancing act for Postecoglou. I agree. What it sounds like you're saying, obviously, give him more time. I'm not indifferent to giving Postecoglou more time, but I think I've been proved right that this squad is better than, and you're saying the same thing. This squad is better than maybe what the results show. My question to you is, how do we get the results though? They're not performing to their level. Some people, I predicted Spurs to finish third because I could see the talent. I could see what they're capable of. But at the same time, do you know what I mean? I would say this squad is underperforming.
Yes, but I don't think it's down to what the manager does. What does the manager do? He organizes training, and we saw what he does in training when it's open to the fans. They do fitness, they do a lot of passing drills, which is what you want to see for a high position team. He says he does match intensity training, which is what you want to be seeing. And I think the training side is all good, and we saw a huge improvement in set pieces this season, so we can't even criticize him on that. We are as good as Arsenal on set pieces this season, believe it or not. So we really
Arsenal, in fact, outperform Arsenal in terms of attack. Do you agree with Marcus' statement here, though? And sets up like a dominant team.
Absolutely. If you look at teams like Barcelona in their prime, they had Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, all those players. They are dominant players each of them can take the game by the scruff of the neck and do something amazing. And they can do it consistently every single game. If it's against Mallorca, they can do it. If it's against Real Madrid, they can still do it, right? Right now, we're doing it against the Man Cities, but we're not doing it against the Ipswich. And I think it's down to the players about that.
So what can you do? Because you've got a more positive outlook before we wrap up. And I just want to just big up Ghost in the building. We lost his uncle 2 weeks ago. Really, really in sad circumstances. So big up to you because the funeral today. May your uncle's soul rest in peace. And then he says, facts. Can you give hope to the Spurs fan base? Because for me, you saw Dan, he's pretty livid. There's quite a lot of fans who are pretty livid. I would be, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie and say I can give him time. I can give him time provided that we're getting the results. Had we not lost to Brighton, had we not lost to Palace, had we not lost to Ipswich, we're not having this conversation the way that we're having it, because those for me are results we should have got, even if you watch the performances. Can you leave us with a little bit of hope as to why we should stick with this? Because I think the real fear is Sava has been coming out, Alex, the box office, Dan, they've all come out to say they don't think Postecoglou can do it. And the truth is, he's in the middle. It could go really positive for Spurs and Levy is a genius, or it could really go left and it was a whole waste of time. Why do you think that this project under Postecoglou is not a waste of time?
Because the tactics make sense. And let's just look at the league table real quick. We are 4 points behind Man City. We are 3 points behind Chelsea, 3 points behind Arsenal and Brighton. These are supposed to be the teams that are doing well, right? Chelsea especially, I don't hear a lot of people criticizing them right now for what they're doing. And they spent how much money? I don't even know. They have a bigger wage bill than us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they do.
So we are expected to be performing around or even below these guys. And if you look at the actual performances, you can say we've been unlucky and they have been, in some cases, very lucky. So in terms of what the manager is supposed to do, make the team create chances and not concede a lot of chances, I think Ange is doing exactly what he's been paid to do. And also he's been creating a really, I don't know if it's all down to him, but since he's come in, we've had a very positive revamp of their recruitment structure. We had a I think better training. Hopefully, we'll be seeing better performance from the medical team as well. And I think the club is moving in very much the right direction. And Ange is doing his part of the job. I think if you look at the places where we've failed, it's been down to individual players or to, I guess we have to say, it's a mentality problem. Like the press not being there against Ipswich. Ange hasn't been doing much wrong, except I have to admit some of his press conferences there. I don't know what he's talking about. But
that's probably why Dan is so pissed, because he then seems to go off on a tangent where he just is stoking the fire and is even pissing people off even more. Zoo, I just want to ask you a quick question. Based on what you've seen, do we get a result this weekend?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
That is sad in a way, though.
Yes.
I can't call it either. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But let's put it this way.
Got me on the fence.
Let's put it this way. We know how many players do we know is going to turn up against Fulham? Kulusevski, right?
Yeah.
I think Fraser Forster is going to have a professional performance, and Ben Davies is going to be professional, and the rest we don't know, right? So we can't. It's the players are very inconsistent. We have to say.
Yeah. Well, Zoo, let's see what we will do this weekend. Thank you, Zoo, just bringing in a different perspective there. Maybe it's not all bad. Let's hope Postecoglou can do something later. But Zoo, big up to you. And, hopefully next week we'll do this again and we'll catch up. And hopefully we've got a positive result for us to talk about. So big up Zoo in the building. Thanks for dropping by. And Marcus says, just to finish, if you finish 6th, do you want him out? 6 is not good enough. If we finish 6th with no trophy, he must leave. I'm not like you guys. We got standards for our club. 6 with the Carabao, I think he stays just. 6 and the Europa League, he's done a remarkable job in terms of winning the 3rd best trophy for me in club football, the Europa League. Europa League, I actually have higher than the FA Cup. And for those of you who think the FA Cup is higher than the Europa League, then legitimately you've been smoking that budgie banting a little bit too much. 6 and the Europa League is done well. 6 and the Carabao Cup, he gets in at the skin of his teeth. 6th only, and he must leave my club. That's what I'll be saying. And Kill says all of the neon lights. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Thank you for stopping by. We had another episode of Step to the Mic. Good conversation in the location. Did Chelsea, Villa, and United do more than you in the market? No blame. Yeah, well, they did. They did do more than Spurs. But I think with the squad, he has shown us what they're capable of. The issue is, why aren't they reaching them levels? I don't think it's unrealistic to expect Spurs to beat Ipswich 1-0. I don't think it's unrealistic, having been 2-0 up against Brighton, to see off the game. I'll even take losing to Palace. I'll take that. But the Brighton game and the Ipswich game, I can never take that, to be honest with you. And to be honest, we should have slapped up Leicester first game of the season. But big up to everyone that's locked on. Kill says, bring back the prodigal Kane home. You know what it needs. Yeah, bro, I do think so. Deji, is our bet still on? It wasn't on because I said we had to beat Palace in order for the bet to be on. The bet can't go on, but we can rekindle the bet. If Tottenham beat Bournemouth, Fulham, and Chelsea this weekend, then I'm happy to raise that bet, Vindaloo. We can beat them 3 brothers, then the bet is back on. Big up to everyone locked in, locked on. I will be on here later on. I'm going to go and get a fresh trim, and I'll be sporting the fresh trim live for the preview show, which will be at 8 o'clock. Until then, have a good evening, have a good munch, and see you later. Israel, I think we need Kudus, actually. Look at that point. Deji, why don't you get Kudus as a right wing? Yeah, I think we need him. Kudus and Brennan Johnson, that can run. Brennan Johnson as backup to Kudus, that for me can run. Marcus, good stream. Post-match analysis when you drop points, no Roma coverage is nasty. We're not doing the Roma thing. I hardly watched the game, to be fair, so that's why. But big up to everyone. Catch you later on the preview show. Thank you.